I'm Lindy Boustedt.
And I'm Kris Boustedt.
And we're the co-writers, directors, and producers of This Is Ours, which, you know, life is all about the choices we make. What if we chose wrong? So Will and Karen go to their summer home as it enters into foreclosure, and there they meet a pair of iconoclastic vagabonds that take them on this strange journey of discovery, heartbreak, and hope.
So the film stars Carrie Gagne, Ernie Joseph, Mark Carr, and Wonder Russell, who many of you probably know from Twitter as Bella Wonder.
So you're doing something interesting with the release of the film while you're touring the film festivals. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we decided, you know, a motto of our film is to kind of break free, and so we wanted to break free of kind of the traditional way that you go about film festivals, and we're doing that by, we just had our world premiere at Dances with Films last night, and now, today, online at watchtio.com, and TIO for This Is Ours, you can go and rent the film online for a 2-week exclusive online film rental in honor of the festival. So
yeah, I mean, we figured, you know, I mean, it's one of the worst things, like when you go to a film festival that people talk about a great movie, and then you're like, oh cool, where can I see it? And the director's like, well, I don't know, like 18 months or a year from now or whatever. And you're like, oh, because by that point you forget about it.
Yeah.
So we figured, like, why not utilize any momentum that we do have from a screening at a film festival? If people like the movie, they tell their friends, and boom, then their friends can be like, oh sweet, I can just click, I can watch it. You know?
And it's an exclusive link, and so you kind of had to know about it from being at the festival, and so people feel like they're passing it on, and so we gave buttons that have the link on it.
Yep. And we get to build, you know, it's the same thing like when you're doing a Kickstarter campaign, you're not just raising money, you're building an audience, you're building people who then feel, who are part of your filmmaking team, and they're, you know, they're your advocates, they can spread the word to their friends, etc., etc. It's the same kind of thing, like it's almost like building a little street team out of your festival experience with this exclusive rental.
And specifically, for the filmmakers tuning in here, how exactly are you doing it? How is it on the site? What are you using?
Distrify. Which is, I was kind of expecting to have to wrestle with technology to get the film up and blah blah blah. And it was just like I clicked, I don't know, like 5 buttons and the film was ready to go. So it was super easy.
And we just set a really low price, so we're only charging $3.48 because we really just want it to be accessible, and we really want to build word of mouth and get the film and have the film reach its audience. So we're really trying to build that audience.
Well, it's funny because, like, you know, a lot of people have said, like, well, you know, if you put it online, like, your chances of getting distribution are totally out the window and blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, I don't see why it's a negative. Like, now a potential distributor can look at that and be like, oh, well, instead of having a festival screening where 200 people saw it, you had a festival screening where 400 people saw it, and they liked it, and now they're telling people about it. I think I don't know. Who knows? It's all, you know.
We're just figuring it out.
We figured, why not roll? I mean, we've rolled the dice on this project so many times
before.
We're close
to Vegas.
We might as well. We might as well just keep rolling dice, you know.
Exactly.
And are you only relying on the film festival to get the word out, or are you also promoting? Anything besides this?
I'm sending out, literally after we talk to you, I'm sending out to our 260 Kickstarter backers, you know, and be like, hey, this is a little thing. We're also going to kind of, you know, put it out there on social media. We're being a little bit, you know, we're like, it's not going to be a direct link on our website or anything, so that if a film festival, if they just go to our website, they're not going to really find it right away, you know, kind of thing. So we are trying to, like, play the game a little bit, but so we're just really utilizing that grassroots word of mouth, enabling our base that we currently have to build the base.
So when did you finish Summer Home and then start shooting This Is Ours?
Right. So Summer Home
was May. It's almost like just a little over a year ago.
So we finished Summer Home, or we shot Summer Home in May, and then we shot This Is Ours in August
of that year, that same year.
So while we were on set with This Is Ours, our composer was sending us comps of score. So we're sitting there in our motorhome on This Is Ours, like listening, like, yeah, this sounds pretty good, you know. So then we finished post on Summer Home right when we got back from shooting This Is Ours.
And Summer Home came from rehearsals of This Is Ours, or actually Last Vacation, which was what This Is Ours originally was. It was a bigger script and a bigger film, and then funding and everything kind of fell out, and so we kind of, you know, mourn the loss of that, of having to kind of cancel something.
Going to an island and getting drunk for 3 days.
And then Wonder presented us with Summer Home as kind of a get back on the horse kind of project, which was really great because she's just like, we licked our wounds, I have this idea that came out of that rehearsal, let's make it. And so for 3 weeks from that date, we made the film, and then we started rewriting and rewrote the script for This Is Ours and went into pre-production and shot that in August of that same year.
Do you have tips for people on how to be efficient and how to avoid time wasters?
It's really just, I think pre-production is just so important, and just really thinking through every possible scenario, because you'll throw your plan out the window on day one, but at least you've thought through it and you're able to think on your feet. That's how we're able to be so efficient, I think.
Yep.
What else?
Yep.
How else?
Well, do you mean like in the broader sense of time wasting, like, like the article that we wrote for Filmmakers, like we went a year without doing anything, and that was just because we sucked for a year.
No, we just didn't realize we needed to continue. Yeah.
Well, you actually, we kind of just forgot. Like you get into a rut of not producing something, and then all of a sudden, you go like, well, I'm not going to work on something today. Well, I'm not going to work on something today. I'm not going to, and then a day becomes a week, becomes a month, becomes a year, and you're like, so just, just that idea of like, put some effort into a project every day,
And we knew going in and to not make those mistakes again after our first feature, we knew going into This Is Ours, and after Summer Home, we knew then we were going to go into This Is Ours, and we knew going into This Is Ours that we needed to start thinking about what the next script was going to be already, and start writing that as soon as we wrapped, and so that's what we did, so that hopefully we're writing the next feature script to hopefully produce next spring. God willing, if we get money and all that stuff.
And we also made another short film in December after wrapping This Is Ours. We were in the middle of post on that, and
it took 3 days to work with 19 high school kids to make a short film that premiered at the Seattle International Film Festival just last week. So we did 3 shorts and a feature last year. So yeah.